Hello guys and welcome to a new video. This is Alex Assenmacher from WetalkUAV and today we're comparing the DJI Spark and the DJI Mavic Pro to decide you which one to buy. But first, let's go outdoors and do some tests as if we were someone that is ready to record some footage with both drones and see the differences. Let's go. We went to this factory and we wanted to make the same shots on both drones in order to see which one gives us a better result. So what we noticed is that the Mavic was very stable, and of course with the controller it had a much more accurate position and we could fly it much easier, and the footage, as you can see here, is really awesome. On the other hand, when trying to do the same footage with the Spark, we noticed that the Spark was a little bit more moving around and it actually did not take the GPS position, so that's the reason why it's actually waving like this, the camera, and of course it's also a smaller drone, and with a little wind it does affect the footage, or the gimbal in this case, a little bit more than the Mavic. Remember that the Mavic is capable of flying up to 6.4 kilometers or 4 miles away, and the Spark is only capable let's say only like 1.2 miles or 2 kilometers. So probably you're not gonna be flying that far away, but also you have to remember this. In this case we were flying the Spark without a controller, so that actually the longest distance we could fly with the drone was 18 meters. Here's a selfie we actually took with both drones, so you can see the difference. Also, we tested the point of interest or orbit mode on the Mavic Pro. This is the result. And we also tested the same on the Spark, which also looks really awesome. So make your own decisions. Well, after watching the footage outdoors and making your own conclusions, we want to start right away with the price of both drones. A lot has been talked about the price of both drones, just the drone, and just to remember that the Spark comes without a controller, so we thought it was way more interesting to talk about the Fly More combo on both cases, because batteries, charging hubs and some extra propellers, you will have to buy them anyways afterwards, and it's always important to remember and to have them with you. So the price for the Spark Fly More combo is $699, and for the Mavic Pro is $1,299, which of course means that for the price of the Mavic you can almost buy 2 Sparks. Now, depending on your economy, make your own decisions. Very important is to say that we do not want to make this a very boring review, so we will do the specs very fast. So let's talk fastly about the camera, which is, by the way, one of the most important things on these drones. And actually both drones can take photos of 12 megapixels, of 12 million effective pixels. So there is not a big difference really. Also remember that the Spark is only capable of filming in Full HD, whereas the Mavic is capable of doing it in 4K. Also the gimbal of the Spark is a 2-axis gimbal, where the Mavic has a 3-axis gimbal. Also remember, very important, is that the Spark only does pictures in JPEG, where the Mavic can also do RAW besides the JPEG. So this may be also something to bear in mind when doing your final decision. Oh, also one thing that we noticed when going through the specs and checking everything is that both drones have actually the same size sensor, which does not mean exactly that it's the same sensor, but this means, and we think, that the DJI Spark is possibly able to do the filming in 4K. And maybe due to some marketing reasons or whatever reason, DJI decided not to include the 4K possibility on the Spark. And the question is, will DJI allow it on the Spark in the following months, or will we have to wait for a DJI Spark 2? Now let's talk about range. Remember that the DJI Spark is capable of flying without a controller. On the phone you're capable to fly up to 80 meters in distance, but I'm sure most of you didn't even know you can fly the Mavic also without the controller. Now, after the Spark was released, many of you were saying, oh, what is this Wi-Fi button for? Well, you can do it also with the phone, you don't need a controller, but both are capped at 80 meters distance. If you want to fly with a controller, the Spark is capable of flying up to 1.2 miles or 2 kilometers, and the Mavic is capable of flying up to 4 miles or 6.4 kilometers. Now, what about that? Also very important is the capacity of the battery, because according to DJI, the Spark is capable of flying 16 minutes, where the Mavic is capable of flying up to 27 minutes. The difference is, of course, because the Spark battery is a little bit smaller and is capable of giving you up to 1480 milliamperes, where the battery from the Mavic, a little bit bigger in size, is capable of giving you 3830 milliamperes, 3830 milliamperes. But you know that in WetalkUAV we are very curious about those numbers that people give us, and we're going to make a battery test. We already did it on the Inspire, you can check it somewhere in our channel, and now we will be testing the batteries hovering inside the studio. Let's see which capacity they have, and also you will see that we go into the shot because we'll be testing also the sound of both drones. Not many reviews talking about sound. We'll see if the Mavic Pro is louder than the Spark and how much louder. Let's see. Not many people have been talking about the intelligent flight modes because they were just saying, oh, they are very similar, but the Spark has allowed us to create some beautiful shots with the new Quick Shot. The Quick Shot, you can actually choose it among the intelligent flight modes and has 4 different modes inside the Quick Shot, which is the rocket, the droney, the circle, and the helix, which are really awesome for newbies or noobs. Why am I saying this? Because in some of those modes you can actually fly up and down and the camera will pan smoothly, automatically. You won't have to be touching even the phone or the controller, and they will allow you really to take many beautiful footage or videos in this case, and this is something that the Mavic Pro does not include. However, some of the Mavic intelligent flight modes are not included in the Spark, but you should check the Quick Shot. Now let's talk about the weight of both drones. The DJI Spark weighs 0.6 pounds or 300 grams, and the Mavic Pro, a little bit more than twice the weight. In this case, the Mavic Pro has 1.62 pounds or 734 grams. And actually, talking about the dimensions and not getting confused like last time with all the numbers, you can see that in the manual or anywhere in Google. I wanted to show you that the DJI Spark fits, taking this from my Magic Pocket, in any small case like this one, where actually my DSLR fits also in. This one is from my DSLR, and as you can see, it fits very easily. And if we'd have a controller, we could include it right here, and some extra batteries could also be included here. And look at how small this is, and you can take this travel with it, and this is amazing. On the other hand, the Mavic Pro, even folded, I have it folded fastly for you, even folded, being still bigger, as you can see here, than the DJI Spark, we need a case from also my Magic Pocket. I'm like Mary Poppins. A case in, let's say, medium size, also for cameras, and we could fit this like this, for example, and also the controller right here, and some extra batteries here, and if you have ND filters or whatever. And in this case, it would fit in a medium-sized case like this one. It does not fit into the smaller one, and that's actually everything we want to say about the size. And now, for concluding this video, we'll answer or try to answer the questions: which one should you buy? And of course it will depend, as always. If money is a problem, of course go for the Spark because it's cheaper. If money is not a problem, there are some things that you should bear in mind, of course, that will make up your decision. For example, if you're just traveling and you want to take some selfies and fly a little bit around, of course go for the Spark. It comes in many colors. You can choose among 5 different colors. It is smaller, its weight is smaller also, it means it weighs less, it's easier to carry with you, and it will do an awesome job for some selfies and for some nice footage flying around a little bit. Remember that this drone is capable of flying without a phone, as you saw on our previous video, this one, and you can move your hand and the drone will follow you. On the other hand, if you want some more serious footage and you want something more, let's say, professional and some more awesome footage, stable, bigger, a better 4K, for example, of course you definitely should go for the Mavic. It is foldable, it's a little bit bigger than the Spark, but it's also still smaller than a Phantom, for example, and the footage probably that you'll take out of the Mavic will be greater. Also, with a controller you can fly it higher, you can fly it wider, I mean more far away from you, and there are some features that of course the Mavic has where the Spark does not have, and we have seen that in this review. So make up your own decision, let us know what you'd do for the price, and that's actually it. Now always remember, keep calm and talk UAV, and don't forget to leave a like, comment if you have any questions, if you want to know anything, and of course subscribe!